got Fireman Rich in the house. I got my man Ted Hicks in the house. I got my man Brian in the house. Appreciate you, gentlemen, for being here. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. We are currently live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn, as well as everybody's linked channels. We are going to go for it. Ted, welcome aboard. Any thoughts for this week? Go for it.
I get to lead off. No, it's just I usually don't have too much to say. No, it's week 3. So most of our teams are still in it. Most of our teams can still recover from the first 2 weeks, even if you lost, like myself in fantasy football. You take it, 1 week at a time. You could just make sure you set your lineups and pay close attention to the analyst up here. Just in case we might hit you with a nugget or so. That's it.
Gotcha. Brian, any words for the week? Go for it.
Good luck to everybody. May the best man win, except for Glick. Yeah, I'm going 1-on-1 against Glick on his ESPN one. So, yeah, good luck to everybody except for him, and go Steelers.
Jesus, Fireman Rich, what you got over there?
Well, I'm not in the fantasy football league, but I'm up here as an extra talking head, and I appreciate Tony you having me up here with these other two fine gentlemen, which I'm always having a blast when I'm on the broadcast. We're in our 3rd week. Some good football the first 2 weeks, and I expect nonetheless for today. And, the fantasy, well, we got something going where I've got these 3 guys here making their picks and stuff like that. And I've got some charts that Tony will allow me to bring up as far as where we're standing on just picking the teams, win and lose and stuff like that. So that's my contribution to Tony's broadcast here, which, again, I'm very grateful. No, I don't want to use the G word. Thankful that I'm here. So I appreciate it, Tony.
Gotcha. Do me a favor. Run through last week's picks and everything. Actually, this week's picks, if you don't mind.
This week's picks, as far as the games?
Yes.
Or everybody's picks?
Everybody's picks for the games.
And then I can get Ted's, because Ted's the only one I need.
Matter of fact, yeah, get his first.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so for Monday night game, I have the Thursday night game, I had the New York Giants lost to the San Francisco 49ers. We know that. Brian, Tony, Ted, and CBS got that. I end up losing with the Giants. Our next game, Tennessee. I'm picking Tennessee along with Ted and Brian. Oh, I got to put a B there for Brian. And no, Ted, you gave me your picks. Yeah, I got Ted's picks. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we got all the picks. It was just Brian we needed. Okay, so Tennessee, Ted, Brian, and myself. It's Cleveland. It's Tony, Tim Fan 40, who's on my broadcast. He's contributing there. He's a viewer there on the and CBS is going with Cleveland. Atlanta and Detroit, we've got Tim, Ted, and Brian. For Atlanta, Detroit, we got Tony with a damn, and myself and CBS. Next game, New Orleans against Green Bay. You got Tim and Ted, and myself for New Orleans. For Green Bay, it's Tony, CBS, and Brian. Denver, I'm the only one picking for Denver. Everybody else is going for Miami. Miami will probably win that game, so that might be an upset game if Denver wins. I like Russell. I like Russell Wilson. Los Angeles Chargers are playing the Minnesota Vikings. You got everybody over there with the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm the only one, along with CBS, on the Minnesota team side. New England and New York Jets. Myself and Brian are the only two for New England. Ted, Tony, and Tim, along with CBS, are on the New York Jets side. Buffalo against Washington. Brian's the only one over there on Washington. Everybody else, including myself, is for Go Buffalo, Buffalo Mafia.
Oh, for God's sake.
And they're playing down in Washington, so that's going to be a wet game. Houston against Jacksonville. Tony with a woo. He's the only one going for Houston. Ted, myself, CBS, and Tim, and Brian is going for Jacksonville. Indianapolis against Baltimore. You got Indianapolis, myself, Tony, and Tim. Tony has an asterisk on that one for some reason. And then Baltimore, Ted, Brian, and CBS are picking that one. Carolina and Seattle, Tony with another asterisk, and Brian are picking Carolina. Ted, Tim, and myself and CBS are on the Seattle one side. Chicago and Kansas City. Tim is the only one that's for Chicago. He's a diehard Chicago Bears fan, so everybody else is on Kansas City for the win for today. Dallas at Arizona. Myself, Tony, Ted, and Tim, CBS, and Brian are all there. That's the only one I think that everybody's on the same page. Pittsburgh at Las Vegas. Tony's the only one on the Las Vegas. No, I'm with Las Vegas too. I'm sorry. Las Vegas is myself and Tony. Ted, Brian, Tim, and CBS are for Pittsburgh. And then the Monday night games, Philly and Tampa Bay. There's another one. Everybody's on board with Philly to win over Tampa Bay, which I don't know. Tampa Bay, that could be I don't know. I'm putting a question mark near my because I heard that Philly, you guys might be able to elaborate a little bit here, that they're beat up a little bit, Philly. And then Los Angeles Rams, you got Ted, Tony, and Tim for the Rams, and Brian, CBS, and myself are for Cincinnati. So those are the third week picks.
Nice. Appreciate it. Cam, I sent you an invite as well. Actually, there's an invite on the league chat for all the league members to be here. You're welcome to come up. I know you may be busy, but I did want to throw that out to Indy and everybody out while we're here. Let's go ahead and get them started. Start them and sit 'ems. Running backs for week 3 in accordance with NFL.com's recommendations and predictions and all of that good stuff. They recommend starting Travis Etienne over the Texans. Yeah, Brian, this is your world. Go for it.
Yeah, the offensive line is in the hurt locker right now. A lot of key players on the O line is injured, so yeah, Stroud's going to have a very long day.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
Travis Etienne is coming off a down game, but is in an ultimate get-right spot against the Texans on the season. They've allowed 236 yards rushing and a league-high 6 rushing touchdowns since last season. They've allowed the most rushing yards by far, 3,130, and no one else is over 2,900. Damn. Etienne faced Houston twice last season and topped 100 total yards in each game, averaging 18.7 fantasy points per game. Start him with confidence this week. Give me a second, y'all. I'm sorry. Brian, take this over, please.
All right. Sorry, been a minute. But yeah, so yeah, Jacksonville is heavily favored, and Houston's got a lot of work, and I'm struggling here.
It's not that hard. Houston, Texas were looking good in the preseason. Were they not?
Yes, they were looking good.
Travis Etienne is looking to break back, so okay, bump it. I see you struggle. I tried. Fuck it. Brian Robinson is recommended to be started over the Buffalo Bills this week. The Commanders, they're going to recommend a Commanders player to be started against the Buffaloes. I kind of find that crazy. Ted, you still out there? Ted's tired.
Yes,
Rich,
sir.
You still out?
Okay, I'm still here. Go ahead, Ted.
Ted is here. What do you think about this one?
About Brian Robinson?
Yes.
Versus. Wait, are we just talking about Commanders versus Bills, or just Brian Robinson versus Bills?
Brian Robinson versus the Bills, honestly.
Unfortunately, I think I'm starting Brian Robinson.
Oh, wow, you're biased. I understand. Go for it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know. I mean, it's. I'm limited because I would have been starting Saquon.
Saquon's hurt, isn't he?
Yeah, he's hurt.
Yeah.
He's hurt. So I'm kind of stuck there with Brian Robinson. So, I mean, I'm pulling for him, but that Bills D, the Bills D, which is is supposedly banged up, but everyone's banged up. It's week 3.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things where we can't even make excuses for this. We can't make excuses at all. So it says Buffalo itself is allowed 6.8 carries on inside runs, the most in the league, more than a yard per carry. Robinson has dominated all the work in Washington, so good. He's a workhorse. The Commanders are surprisingly 2-0. The Commanders are also getting sellouts. This is the stuff it's like up is down, down is up, left is right. So I don't know. But
I'm
yeah,
surprised
so
they start anybody on the Commanders. Yeah, I'm surprised they start anybody on the Commanders against the Bills. I think this is saying a lot against the Bills more than anything. The Commanders are tough. I did say in the beginning of the season, they can mess up your point spread or they can ruin your expectations. And you have to be playing the game and understand where they're coming from, even picking their players to see what's happening. I'm actually surprised at this. And based on what they got here, just go with it. They say fire them up, fire them up.
Mhm.
You got Raheem Mostert against the Broncos. I know he had a good week last week. I did see that. A lot of highlights on him. They had a good run. I remember him being on the 49ers. I figured he was going to break out sooner or later. So it looks like he's here. Against the Broncos, I have no debate. I did see something good about the Broncos defense. I think it was last week or the week before. So this just says that a lot about Miami Dolphins.
Well, look at the number. He's 74% of the. He saw 74% of the stamp. So the ball's coming his way.
Yeah,
Right.
and
that was after he already had 13 points. Fantasy.
And also too, like Washington and Denver last week, that was a fight.
Yeah,
it was a fight.
I heard about that. I didn't get to see it, but I heard about this. So Raheem Mostert against the Broncos, I got no debate on this one. Zero. They're 0-2. That says a lot. Kyron Williams of the Rams against the Bengals.
But can we run it back for a second?
Sure.
Can we run it back for a second? The Broncos and all in all. I don't want to say this is going to be a hit job, but it potentially could be a hit job with Sean Payton and Russell Wilson. Because I think, truthfully, this year, and yes, I'm a Russell Wilson homer, that no matter what he does this year, year 1, it's on the coach. Year 2, it's on the QB.
That's fair.
But this is a coach's first year now.
Yes.
So it's still on Russell this year?
It's all on Russell.
Okay.
It's all on Russell. I think he gets blamed for everything. And I think before that $34 million annual AAR contract kicks in for March, they jettison him.
But did you see any of the last week's game? He played his heart out in that game to bring them back.
His heart out.
So that counts for But I agree with you. It rides on. I would agree with that. The first year, okay, it's the first year. He had some personal things that a lot of people didn't realize at the time. I didn't even realize until after the season was over with, which could have had him an impact. But I agree with that, Ted.
Yeah, it's the yips. It's a new offense. And I don't mean to make this. I know this is Bell Kings Fantasy Football League.
Oh, you good?
But I just want to say, call him a system quarterback, call him whatever you want to call him. When you're going into a new offense, it's different. Aaron Rodgers was going into a different offense, right? But he was going in with Hackett. They were installing his offense. They brought over his receivers. That's the situation. So Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, totally the opposite. So now he's had, since I guess Russell Wilson 2.0, he's had 2 head coaches, and one of them was offensive minded, Nathaniel Hackett. So I'm not sure who the OC is this year for the Broncos. It's you look at any great quarterback, And unless their name is Brady or Manning or Breeze, you give them that much change, they're going to do horrible.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to go on a filibuster, but that's
No,
my take.
that's good. That's good. Good point there and stuff. That's really good.
I think
And
you're
hello,
good with
Tony.
it.
Good to see you in the chat there from the Twitch
My
side.
man Roger Simmons. Roger, how you doing? Appreciate you being here, man. Y'all remember Roger? He was on Hats with us. He does the prayer room every night on YouTube.
Yep.
It's good, Roger.
For real. He's also a Tech Nine fan. I gotta run some Tech Nine music for him one day. I got you, man. Good seeing you. Kyron Williams of the Rams against the Bengals. This one's kind of surprising me because the Rams actually did trip me out when they beat Seattle that first weekend, I believe. Actually, what it was, the highlight where Aaron Donald went after Geno and they had the sound bite. Pretty horrible against Geno, but they're going to go at him. So Kyron Williams is a huge pickup at the week 1, but had the hardest test of running back. Could be at week 2 going against the 49ers. I tend to agree. Not only did he pass that test, he earned an A+ with fire colors. Wow. So that's enough for me to start him against the Bengals.
That's that pick or that what you just said, Tony. That tells you something what they're looking at as far as defense for the Cincinnati. Maybe Cincinnati wasn't a good pick.
Well, here's the crazy part: if the Rams are resurged, which we did not,
they look like they are. They've got a lot of young bucks on that team.
Yeah, if they're ready and they're able to go, then that's fine. And if he's on the field more than anything. That's where we're at. New number 1 running back in LA plays 96% of the snaps, carrying the ball 14 times for 52 yards on the score. But it's his usage in the passing game that stands out. He ran 43 routes, saw 10 targets, and caught 6 of them for 48 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, he's money. 28 fantasy points, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah. The Bengals have allowed the second most rushing yards in NFL this season. Sounds like you might want to start Kyron Williams, and if you don't have him, you might want to try to pick him up right now. Any debate? Me neither. Najee Harris against the Raiders. Now, this is where I want to jump on my soapbox. I see this man as the running back of the future. Same size as Derrick Henry, but just as hard as Derrick Henry. The only problem he has is he's not getting the ball. Pittsburgh Steelers. Give the man the ball. I understand he got hurt before. I understand he's been stopped. I understand he's been targeted. You got to get used to all that to get them numbers. This man should be breaking out as an NFL running back. I said it. Talk about me, go at me, bring it up. I don't care. This man should be the future of running backs in the NFL. Melanie, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Rich, your thoughts?
Oh, Pittsburgh. I don't know. I'm just thinking Las Vegas. For me on these football picks and stuff like that, and the players going against the teams, home field advantage. And I think what's Las Vegas? They're 0-2, right?
Las Vegas is 0-2. Las Vegas is up and down.
So I'm thinking they're going to be tough at home, and this guy's going to probably be stopped at the line. That's just my gut feeling. But then again, like you said, he's showing something here. Pittsburgh Steelers, another young team as far as that goes. Hello, Nancy. She's
Nancy made it.
Yeah, hope the new Kirk Cousins shows up again today. Let's see.
I got a bone to pick with Nancy. Nancy, don't you go know I got a bone to pick with you.
But for whatever all it says in there, yeah, and I guess I'm going to have to write this guy's names down and watch him because I don't know him for squat really. As far as I'm old school. It's just like the current music that's being played. There's some good music out there, but who are these people?
Najee Harris got drafted a couple of seasons ago out of Alabama. He was a beast in Alabama. Do you hear me?
Oh, he's from Alabama. Ooh,
he is.
Yeah,
it's not so much that he's from Alabama, but Rich, let me tell you something. Yeah. He ran that ball like Derrick Henry used to.
Okay.
He ran the ball like he used to. Helen, how you doing? Ted, your thoughts?
Okay, so Najee Harris is going against the Raiders. He's gonna have a great game. He's gonna have a great game because I don't trust the Raiders D.
Mm-hmm.
The Raiders have allowed the third most rushing yards running backs so far in this season. So in 2 games, I'm thinking, Nancy, I hear what you're saying. Helen, how you doing? But he's gonna have a great game today. I'm gonna sit down here.
Brian,
He's
you up?
He's gonna have a great game today.
I mean, Raiders are going to have a long day. Garoppolo's going to have a really long day, especially that motivational boost that Pittsburgh did over Cleveland. So, I mean, big motivational boost. So, yeah, it's good. Pittsburgh's going to pretty much going to own this because the big boost from over Cleveland. And, yeah. I mean, TJ Watt is going to be running amok over like he did over Cleveland. And then, you know,
Vic gonna get you.
I'm seeing a pattern here.
Vic gonna get you.
I'm going against Glick this week, so that's why.
Over Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's my thing. Let me jump in this. Nancy, I got to bring something to your attention. I had no idea Jordan Love was going to look this good already. And I haven't talked to you since week one, so I'm bringing that week one game out more than anything. The Green Bay Packers surprised me week one when they beat Chicago as bad as they beat them. I think I picked Green Bay.
Yeah.
I picked Green Bay to win, but I didn't expect them to win by that much. It was. They were 2 touchdowns up before the game was over, and I was like, Jesus. I'm actually impressed by Green Bay. Kirk Cousins in Minnesota, yeah, he's still in Minnesota, right? Let me make sure I ain't missing anything. But Kirk Cousins is still going to look good. He's going to be fine. Like I said, they had a great season last season. So biggest of all of them. He's only been lucky. He's been lucky so far. Yeah, but I didn't expect this much. And this tells me a lot about the system for the Green Bay Packers. When Favre went down and Aaron Rodgers came in, he looked good. Aaron Rodgers is gone. Now Jordan Love is looking good. I got to give their
Tony, can I jump in?
Yeah, I got to give the quarterback and some credit. Go ahead, Ted. Go ahead.
Helen, I'm not soggy today, but the game starts in an hour, and it is raining outside, so I expect to be soggy again. Hey, let's look at the lineage of the Green Bay Packers and their quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It's one thing they do. Whomever is the front office, whether you go from Ted Thompson days to current days.
Yes.
They develop quarterbacks.
Yes,
they do the right things.
Yes,
they do exactly what the Jets don't do. The Jets don't know how to develop quarterbacks. Green Bay, they get their quarterbacks and they sit them for a year or two.
Spoiler alert, look at who's here.
Michael is in the building.
Bathurst, if you'd like to come up, I can send you an invite, my good man. We are waiting for you to jump in on this.
Good morning, Michael. He's over there on YouTube.
He's over on YouTube watching.
The link is in the chat.
That's just really it. Green Bay develops their quarterbacks. That's the one thing they figure out how to keep the quarterback. The other pieces, they consider them interchangeable, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there.
Fully understood. But
I expected that.
Bathurst, on my YouTube channel, my Twitch, there's a link in the chat for you to join. We'd love to have you up. I've seen the broadcast you've been doing.
In the words of Yoda, always two there are, a master and an apprentice.
We barely heard you, and I know it was something silly, so I'm not going to worry about it. However, the whole Packers atmosphere has changed since Roger left. I can't debate that, and that's a good thing.
No, I would agree with that statement. There's somebody that you're going to have a new atmosphere.
Yeah, I can't debate that at all. But for me, and I'm going to stick with this, Najee Harris is one of my running backs of the future. I'm sticking with him. I am all in on Najee Harris. They are recommending him very high for this game, and it's about damn time, in my opinion. Running backs to sit. They say sit James Conner of the Cardinals against the Cowboys. I have no debate.
Tony, can I ask Nancy a question?
Sure.
So we saw everyone in New York, Nancy, saw that version of Aaron Rodgers, the me. This is the rebooted version. How long should we expect the rebooted version to be here? That's a question for Nancy.
I'll wait
Go
on her
ahead, Tony. You
response.
can,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have no debate on sitting James Conner against the Cowboys, that Cowboys defense. Do any of you have any debate on that?
No.
I want to wait for Rich to get back.
Even though I am starting him though, but still.
You're starting him, and I get it, but I think that Cowboys defense says a lot. I wouldn't. Yeah, any running back you got's gonna face something. She thinks he's the same as Aaron Rodgers, Ted.
Okay. He just Nancy, he was rebooted on Hard Knocks. Between Hard Knocks and showing up to sporting events, totally rebooted. And I was just like, okay, is this real? Is this live, or is this Memorex?
She said you'll see his ego. You can't hide that. I got to jump in on that. Nancy, I'm not going to lie. They said the same thing about Brett Favre. They said the exact same thing. They swore he had an ego. So what I think it is, and this is what I've compiled over the past 2 quarterbacks that they had, now that they're on their third that I paid attention to, whatever quarterback is there is put on a pedestal. So when he goes somewhere, if he's expected to be on that same pedestal, he may get shot down.
Hey, Tone.
Yes.
Is that a part of complacency? Is that a part of entitlement when you've been the creme de la creme for upwards of almost 20 years and you're expected to bring in blah, 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 or be brought in for these discussions and you're not, and you start to buck a little bit, or when you see your replacement, history repeats itself.
Here's my thing. If you've been in a situation for 20 years, I'm not mad at you for being there. I just hope your mind is open enough to change. They put him on that pedestal. I will give you a Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. I'll even give you a LeBron James. They put
there's sporting ability on all those individuals, though, Tony. I think it justifies the elevation of all those players too. After 20 years, to stay in play any sport for 20 years and still be healthy. Even with Aaron Rodgers' current injury and stuff like that, there's talk about him coming back, which I don't know, but just the knowledge that he has on the team and stuff like that, and it's one of those things that I always say it's going to be interesting to see how the season pays out for the Jets and stuff like that. Was he a little arrogant? I thought he was when he was with Green Bay, but that's just because you get sucked in that rabbit hole of the news and stuff like that. But you look at it, you can't take away his play, the ability that he has. As far as that, any player is going to have ups and downs and stuff like that. We've seen that many, many times.
He's been in a position of control and leadership for 20 years. I think he expects to be a leader.
He is a leader.
Yeah, they paid him to be a leader. So some of that control of some of that pedestal is being willing to take charge.
Yep, taking charge. Yeah,
I'm good with that. Anybody who's done anything for 20 years is going to be indoctrinated in a lot of those ways. Rich and I can relate being veterans in the military. We got certain ways we're indoctrinated to about keeping ourselves.
Oh yeah, and I think the same environment is in the NFL. If somebody's for that long, definitely.
If something throws you off, what you try to do is to get back into that position that you've been accustomed to. I have to say that he used to be humble. Something happened 3 to 4 years ago. I think what happened 3 to 4 years ago might have been when he was trying to make changes to the team for them to get back to the Super Bowl, and it didn't work.
Yeah,
that'll be what I've seen. You could tell me something different, being that you're close.
No, that's part of their game plan. That's the primary objective in any football.
Get back to the Super Bowl.
Get to the Super Bowl. Exactly.
Yes. So that's what I see. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers is now one of the most recognizable stars in the world. NFL needs to put.
Yeah, he's up there, but he's not. He's one of the greats, but he's not the greatest. He's a good quarterback, but he's up there on that level of greatness. Yes.
Yeah, they drafted Jordan Love. They drafted Jordan Love to replace him. You're going to do 15, 16 years. They're going to start finding your replacement because you're going to be done in 4. That's exactly what happened with Favre. That's exactly what happened with Rodgers. Plain and simple. Where was we at? Yeah, I'm sitting James Conner against the Cowboys.
I would sit him too, especially the Dallas.
Yeah. Damian Pierce of the Texans against the Jaguars. They say sit him. Texas offensive line is extremely banged up with 4 starters missing week 2 action, then dragging down Damian Pierce. And that has been dragging down Damian Pierce.
And Jacksonville is showing some football savvy.
Yes. Yep. I think the Jaguars are a better team than Texas, period. I got nothing against this. Damian
I'm
Pierce
not.
with premier players, but I don't think he'll do good against Jaguars this week. I agree. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that either. I mean, like I saw that last week. I'm like, this is bad.
Yeah, they play better in preseason they did the last 2 weeks. I gotta say,
I mean, like the offensive line still needs work, and then also too, you have their key players that are injured. So,
Gotcha. Ted, you got anything on this? Ted's busy. We're gonna let that ride. Rashad White of the Bucks against the Eagles. I would.
Nah, I didn't have anything on it.
Okay,
I'm
appreciate it.
sorry. Yeah.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Rashad White of the Bucks against the Eagles. I have no debate against sitting Rashad White. Anybody else?
nah.
No. Even what supposedly the Eagles defense is a little beat up and stuff, but they're going to still be. Eagles are going to be solid.
Eagles are going to be solid. I saw what Nancy said. Aaron Rodgers got pissed when they drafted Jordan Love. Yes, he did. First round instead of drafting him. Yeah, that happened I remember that story. So I understand what was going on. Aaron Rodgers was getting ready to go out the door. Got that. Sit Dalvin Cook of the Jets against the Patriots. No, I am not going to. Go ahead, gentlemen.
No thanks. They're going to need every bit of offense that they can muster up.
Good point.
Zach Wilson is as advertised. I'm sorry.
Let me be clear. Dalvin Cook has not been getting the ball. That is where they're referencing. And I got that. But God knows if this isn't his week, fine. But I cannot sit Dalvin Cook when they drafted him.
That's not Zach Wilson. He says he played 35%. That goes back to the coaches as far as that goes.
Yeah.
And I think Zach Wilson is playing a better year this year than he has in years past, though, Ted. No, he still has a long way.
Well, for Zach Wilson, this is like a do or die for him now.
Yes. Yeah. The same thing what Ted was talking about Russell Wilson and stuff like that. I think this is the year that we're, especially with what
because now he's in year 3. Now Zach Wilson is in year 3, right? Mm-hmm. You get into the point of, do you want to pick up year 4? Because we're getting towards the point of, okay, do we extend them? Do we not? Dalvin Cook, you got to remember, Dalvin Cook is still trying to get into shape, football shape. Mm-hmm. Remember, he had a real rough offseason where basically the Vikings told him to go pound sand. Hey, we're not giving you what's the name? We're not giving you a long-term contract. And he felt he met the fate of many other running backs. I mean, think of it. Jonathan Taylor's still on the pine.
Here's the kicker. All the veterans they hired, I think they are insurance for when their primary team gets hurt. I'm good with that.
So we've seen what Brees can do. I just think it needs to be a steady diet of Brees Hall, Dalvin Cook, ground and pound, 2009, 2010 Jets when Mark Sanchez was the quarterback. That's what they need. You got the defense.
What about Michael Carter?
Michael Carter too.
He's right there.
Michael Carter too. I'm just saying it needs to be ground and pound.
Yeah, I mean, because you can use Michael Carter for the receiving and you can still use Brees for the ground.
Right. And don't get me wrong, Garrett Wilson is going to get upset. Because you transition to ground and pound, Garrett Wilson's going to be like, what am I doing?
Well, he's made his highlight reel for the season. I think he's good.
Lazard is going to get upset. There's several, that wide receiver room is going to be frowning. But you got to think about it. Aaron Rodgers, the best thing that can happen for the Jets, and I'm sorry to go on the soapbox.
No, go.
Is for him, we saw him. So Aaron Rodgers, the only time we get to see him is on Pat McAfee's show. So he gave his update on Friday. The best thing for him to do is to get healthy, get out of the cast, get into some type of walking boot so that he can get back into the facility. Once he gets back in the facility, I think they're going to get charged up. Not him playing, just his presence of being there. I mean, and I think that could have the Jets charged, the Jets kind of jazzed up. I don't know how much that helps them during this gauntlet of the
Yeah.
first 5 or 6 games of the season, because it's a pretty rough schedule. And right now, they're staring at 1 and 2,
Mm-hmm.
potentially
Yeah,
1 and 2. Because
For this particular game, Ted, the Patriots. This is on the CBS side as far as they got the Jets favored 19-16, but the Patriots have owned the Jets in recent years, winning 14 straight. The Pats are in survival mode after opening 0-2 with 2 home losses. The defense has played well, and it will here against Zach Wilson, but they don't have enough offense. So there's not enough offense in the Pats. So there's something going to happen in this game, I think. So I don't know about sitting him, seeing that. I picked the Patriots to win because of 0-2. They're in desperation mode, I think, at third, fourth game, and you're losing. But the Jets could very well take this game. And I think sitting the running back there, they're going to. I got him written down, this Dalvin Cook, as far as to watch his fantasy football points now.
got it.
I'm like this. The history of the Patriots over the Jets, we talked about that on Ted's show Thursday night. I got the Jets winning this one. The Patriots are looking unstable. I saw that last week. The Jets are looking fired up. They really are. So I'm taking the Jets myself. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your. Wait a minute, we got one more. Aaron, AJ Dillon of the Packers against the Saints. They're saying sit AJ Dillon. I tend to disagree with this. 16 touches, 3 yards, 7.3 fantasy.
Yeah, the way the Green Bay Packers have been playing, that's a good point.
Okay, so the Saints have only allowed 149 rushing yards to backs and have yet to allow a rushing touchdown. Okay, I understand that. Something's telling me the Green Bay Packers will do something against the Saints. The Saints have a strong defense, yes, but the Packers look like they're ready to go face any and everybody. And I said this last season, I said it the season before, I got to start giving them some respect. For some reason or another, they always tend to make it happen, and it's damn near scary. They say sit him. A.J. Dillon's one of the better running backs in the league, all jokes aside. I tend to disagree with this, but that is their recommendation. Excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your running back recommendations for Week 3, Season 2 Bill Kings Fantasy Football League in the corners for NFL.com. Let us go to the wide receivers, because that was a strong segment. I ain't going to lie. That was strong. Appreciate both of y'all. All three of y'all.
Good. A lot of good input.
Hell yeah. They say to start Puka Nacua against the Bengals. I tend to agree. Gentlemen, go for it.
I agree.
I would agree with just the way the Rams, they, like I said, they're on a roll. We'll see what happens. I picked Cincinnati to win the overall game because they're at home, but the Rams, if they win this game, my outlook on the Rams, I'd start them. Yeah, against the Bengals, definitely. Bengals are up against the ropes. They need to win today.
Brian?
Yeah, I'm starting Puka.
This guy. All right. Mike Williams, the Chargers against the Vikings. I have no disagreement with this. None. Anybody?
Nah.
Richard, step out. Ted, what you think?
Well, Mike might be a surprise.
Surprise as far as you shouldn't start him or you should start him?
I think he should.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They recommend starting him.
Yeah.
I got no reason not to start him. He's one of the better wide receivers in the league right now, so I say go for it. Rich, they recommend to start Mike Williams over the Vikings. Any debate?
Mike Williams. Let me see here. Mike Williams. Chargers?
Yes.
Let's see. 83 yards. Start him? Yeah. Chargers they're go. Minnesota, they could, that's a 50 again. Minnesota's 0-2. They're at home, and they're another team that definitely needs a win this week. But yeah, I'd start them. Chargers are a solid team.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, yeah, because Eckler's still out, I think.
Yeah, Ted had stepped out, so we're good. Yes, Jordan Addison of the Vikings over the Chargers. I would say go for it. What y'all think?
Yeah.
He top 6 yards. Yeah, he's got some good stats there. So yeah, Minnesota. It's going to be Minnesota. They're going to be going to the air. So I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
I find this kind of tricky. Chargers are a good team, but if I was a Vegas fan, I would go for it because this should be a high power game.
Yeah, a high scoring game possibly.
Yeah,
maybe.
I see this as a high power game. Nico Collins of the Texans against the Jaguars. Go ahead, Brian.
Start him? Really?
Go ahead, Brian.
I
Wow.
mean, you're gonna have to because, I mean, Stroud's gonna have to with the offensive line being the way it is. I mean, Nico's got to be right there so he can do a quick release and. I mean, yeah.
Well, when they say that's the quarterback's primary target, I guess you would start him, right?
Yeah.
If he's one of their primary targets, you have to. If you're a fan, you have to.
Yeah, because you have Nico Collins, Robert Woods, Tank Dell, and then you have Dalton Schultz. So you do have your aerial weapons.
Gotcha. Good breakdown. I kind of forgot about some of those players. So good breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Zay Flowers of the Ravens against the Colts.
This dude has been making a name for himself because on week 1, man, he not only sliced and diced but shredded the Texans defense.
The Texans defense is what you said.
The Texans
this is going against the Colts defense, and they're going to be. It's going to be, and this is in. This is in Indianapolis.
Yeah, but Indy's been. I don't know. It's always with Indianapolis. It's always a hit and a miss. But,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree.
But Zay Flowers, no, this man is making a name for himself. So, like I said, he sliced and diced and shredded the Texans defense.
Yeah, it's true.
But he said the Texans defense.
I'm just saying. The man is quick. The man will break your ankles. The man. I mean, he's little, but the dude goes out there. He puts his hard hat on, and he is gone, boy.
Yeah, he can move.
In other words, draft him if you don't have him. Got it. Sit him. Sit Garrett Wilson against the Patriots. I beg your pardon.
No, I disagree with that. I think if you got a Jet going against the Patriots, you'd start him.
Garrett Wilson flirting with his answers since he lost Aaron Rodgers. Week 1, he made a possible touchdown grab to salvage an otherwise poor performance. This is true. Week 2, he scored a 68-yard touchdown, but caught only one of his 7 other targets for 15 yards. Cool. Eventually, the big play is not going to come, resulting in an ugly fantasy day for Wilson. I can understand that, so I'm going to keep listening. Like perhaps against Bill Belichick's Patriots. Facts. They faced two tough receiving rooms, the Eagles and the Dolphins, yes, and held both relatively in check. Meanwhile, Zach Wilson has averaged 214 passing yards in 3 full games against the Patriots in his career and has thrown 2 touchdowns and 7 interceptions in those 3 games. Wilson, Garrett, not Zach, could prove me wrong, but this feels like a week to get away if you have any other option. I like that review. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
Oh, again, like I said about the Patriots, according to CBS, they're in a survival mood. They're up against the ropes 0-2. They're going into New York, and they may be able to do something. They might be able to slap something together, but they're not. The last 2 games, they're not consistent. I think the Jets are. Again, I picked the Patriots, and I'm saying this, but the Jets they just seem more consistent. So I would not sit this guy.
You know what? I respect that review that just broke down. It makes total sense. And those of us who are fans, those of us who watch the games, they're correct. He made that 1 touchdown grab. We haven't forgotten it.
Yep.
He's going up against Bill Belichick's Patriots, who knows how to coach.
He can perform, so you just give him the right situation. So
I respect that review. I'm just against it, but I damn sure respect that review.
Yeah.
That is accurate as hell. Seriously, it really is. Marquise Brown of the Cardinals against the Cowboys. Yeah. One of the Cowboys cornerbacks just went down. I think he's out. Yes, Diggs went down for the season. So that will be the only debate that I have. It's only one player. but you're talking about anybody in secondary going down, which opens up doors to a lot of people. Marquise
True.
to sit last.
True. However, though, but the front seven, that makes them step up.
Yeah, it does.
Well, it's saying Cowboys boast a strong secondary. Any opinion on that? They still
Well,
have.
I'm
They
just
do.
saying if the Dallas front seven, if they put a lot of hard pressure on that on
Okay.
Cardinals offensive line, then you will not have an aerial attack from Arizona.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. It's true. Good point. Very good point.
Yeah,
Okay,
because if you're constantly putting pressure, if you get a sack or two, or maybe like a few knockdowns, it's really gonna mess with them, the quarterback psychologically. So I mean, the front seven is really got to step up. They step up, then secondary is fine.
Jalen Waddle was out today. He's inactive.
Concussion protocol.
That messes up my roster. I just got the alert.
Oh, did you? You're gonna have to make it switch.
I just got the alert. He was one of my primary receivers. He truly was one of my primary receivers. That messes up my roster. Alrighty. I'd sit Marquise Brown against the Cowboys. I'm not going to lie. I got no debate. Jackson Smith. How you pronounce this name?
Oh,
Jigba.
Jigba or Nigba? I'm not sure, but
Jigba.
Jigba, thank you. Seattle Seahawks, Jackson Smith, Jigba versus the Carolina Panthers. They say sit him.
Again, this is the same situation as the Garrett Wilson against the Patriots. I would sit this guy. The Seahawks with Geno back there.
If you put him in the slot,
Yeah, that's
put him
true.
in the slot.
Yeah,
Don't make him go out. Make him in the slot. He's a threat. Just throw it center of the field. He'll be fine.
yeah. So I would sit him. Just the way the Seahawks have been playing overall. That's what my
talent
base
is there, but until we see the usage change, it's tough to start him. Plus, the Panthers have yielded 7 fewest yards to receivers. Good. So the Panthers are doing good. And Jackson's, my man here, Jay is saying we're going to go with that. He's not getting the ball enough. Okay, I see where they're coming from. I need to watch this game.
Yeah, this
What
should be
the Broncos against the Dolphins. Yeah, I got no debate on this one. Anybody from the Broncos against the Dolphins, I got no debate on that.
It's gonna be.
I got no debate.
Yeah.
I got no debate. Gentlemen, any debate?
No.
Yeah, they're saying he's a top target. Depends on what Russell Wilson, how he comes out in the game. You know, what do we expect? But yeah, I would agree. Sit him if you got somebody better.
Because good Lord. Yeah, we're going to leave it at that. Ladies and gentlemen, wide receiver recommendations for week 3, 2023 season in the course of NFL.com. Whew, that was rough. QB time.
Your main factor.
Let's see what we got here. Start Tua Tagovailoa against the Broncos. I got no debate. Any questions?
Nope.
Rich?
That's cut and dry right there, I think. I think that is cut and dry.
I got no debate.
Brother, let me tell you, he on a roll now, brother. Let me
Exactly.
tell you.
Start Kirk Cousins against the Chargers. Ooh.
Nah.
You kind of have to, but ooh.
Nah.
I'd start him if I had him. I'd start him. You know, just like he's still, you know, he's having his issues. I don't know. Is it true that he may be coming to? How can he come to the Jets?
It's not, I haven't heard that to be true.
It's just somebody floating his name. Is like he's a first-string quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. They're not going to trade him in the
I have not heard that to be true.
I mean, like my best friend was saying, is like what probably would be illogical is just, you know, Nick Caserio, the Texans GM, makes a call and trades Case Keenum for a couple picks.
That would be monstrous at the beginning of the season.
That's Brian. That's Brian that threw it out there. I want to thank you for listening, but Brian ain't got in your head.
I mean, I was suggesting Tebow, but that ain't happening.
Like I said, Jared Goff of the Lions.
With your Tebow.
Jared Goff of the Lions.
Yeah,
I'd start Jared.
I'd start him. Yes,
I have no question on this one. Brian, I wish you would. I wish you would. I wish you would.
I roll the dice.
Brock Purdy over the Giants. Yeah, I'd start Brock Purdy right now. The Giants look horrible.
Oh, definitely.
The Giants look horrible.
Go Giants. Maybe they might upset. Well, no, they already lost, so that's a
Yeah.
given.
I would start Brock Purdy. There's just nothing to talk about here. Sorry. Sit him. Sit Trevor Lawrence against the Texans.
I don't think so.
I'm starting him.
No,
I'm starting him.
Wait, this one is bold. I admit that. I'm not saying Trevor Lawrence must sit, but if you have another option you feel good about, take it. Lawrence.
Look at that next one. I'm not even reading. I'm just looking at.
Yeah, I'm just reading it. Lawrence has thrown just 2 touchdown passes this season, and now he draws the Texans, who have allowed just 1 touchdown pass this season. Credit to the Texans. Dating back to the start of 2022, they've allowed just 16 passing touchdowns passes in total, fewest in the league. Okay, they have more interceptions, 17, than touchdowns allowed in that span. Lawrence played Houston twice last season and threw for 219 yards per game with no touchdowns and 3 interceptions combined. This could be a game where the Jags just rely on a ground check. I tend to agree. These are the facts.
Yeah, but you got.
These are the facts. These are the facts.
You got a good running back. You still got Christian Kirk.
On the CBS side, Tony, the Houston Texan, they said Texans have given the Jaguars fit for recent years, but they will get it going here against the Texans. Trevor Lawrence has his first big day of the season, so that's what CBS is predicting. So that's what I'm saying. This guy, he's going to have a bust out year. It's starting to show.
Mm-hmm. So
I don't know where they get to sit him.
Here's a general consensus. This is going to be a trash game. Next question. Jordan Love of the Green Bay Packers versus the Saints. They say sit him.
What?
Yeah.
Who's making this prediction? Oh my God.
Oh no.
They don't think Jordan Love's going to put up mega numbers. That's what this sounds like to me.
Yeah.
He won't be one of the higher scoring quarterbacks in fantasy football this week, is what this is saying.
Oh,
okay. But even though he may not throw it. I mean, he may have like little stats as possible, but if they end up winning,
that's just me.
But you could still have low points fantasy football.
You have low fantasy football points. These are all fantasy football.
True, but you don't have to go. I mean,
compared to other quarterbacks, they say.
But look at he's averaging 198 passes per game. So that's how many points you get in fantasy football for 198 yards.
He's allowing. I mean, he's averaging passing yards, but his completion rate is not high.
Oh,
so he's throwing the ball, and but every now and then if there's a pick, it'll throw a lot of numbers down too. So you got variables. I see what they're saying. He will not be one of the highest scoring quarterbacks this week, as by the stats, is what they're saying.
And Michael says the Cowboys may be peaking early. No. It's just started.
The Cowboys are peaking early. It's a matter of whether they're going to continue to stay on top.
Yeah, continue.
That's what it is. Staying on top. Consistency is a question. Yes.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford of the Rams over the
against the Bengals. Oh my God. Where are they coming up with these? Oh my! They're all the first string quarterbacks. Hit them.
Matthew Stafford and the Rams have been a fun story to start the season. And while we love Stafford for turning Puka Nacua into the new Cooper Cup, that doesn't mean we should be starting a veteran quarterback in fantasy. Not in this matchup, at least. The Bengals have allowed just 391 passing yards and 3 touchdowns through 2 games. Good. Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson have good fantasy days against Cincinnati through their rushing production. Stafford has compiled 100 rushing yards in his entire Rams career, going on 3 seasons. I'm not in the business of streaming against defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo. Plus, if Cincy quarterback Joe Burrow is out or limited, this could be a low-scoring game that favors the Los Angeles ground attack. So basically what they're saying is...
It could be a running game, yeah.
Yes, that's where they're coming from. Now, here's my thing. He's got, 1-2 targets max? It's Matthew Stafford?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Having people throw to. Now, I'm not necessarily going against the Bengals defense because I'll go back to the Super Bowl. You couldn't throw against the Bengals. You had to run against them. Right. This is a Super Bowl rematch. The Rams won that Super Bowl by the short pass on Cooper Kupp.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because every time they threw the ball, it didn't work. I got that. That's exactly what they're saying. That's what I'm seeing. I'm sticking with it. Your thoughts?
No, I agree. I could see that if it was running game and stuff, and then, but I don't know. I guess I just, I got to understand about the fantasy, the amount of points. Is he going to get the points in the game? Probably not, because it'll be more of a running game. And they say so. Joe Burrows is out.
He got benched in week 1.
He got, so he's still not going to be coming back. So who's quarterbacking for Cincinnati?
He got benched in week 1.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He got benched, so there's not a lot of hope. They're waiting on his resurgence.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, this is probably going to be a running game, short passes for the Rams if they win. And the Bengals, if their running game goes crazy, they'll probably win this game. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Sit Daniel Jones against the 49ers. Any questions?
I'm not good. The Giant fan says nothing.
Daniel Jones actually did give me some points one week. So
he's another one. If the Giants don't do anything, going back to what Ted was saying, that they need to maybe change quarterbacks of the Giants, because it's just
he had a good game not too long ago.
Yeah, he can scramble and run and stuff like that. But the Giants are just I got more faith. More faith in the Jets than the Giants right now for this year. And we're only in week 3.
You know what my debate is on this game? Actually, you know what I'm going to say? They're going up against the 49ers. 49ers are
true. 49ers, they're tough.
They are the number 2 NFC team to me this season. I have no debate.
Yeah, and then despite what Michael Bathurst says, the Eagles look rusty. It's only game 3. The Eagles, they are a tough team.
I heard the Eagles don't have a lot of their older players or a lot of their former players that took them to the Super Bowl. That's
we'll see what it is with the long haul. So,
gotcha. Ladies and gentlemen, quarterback recommendations for week 3 of the 2023 season in accordance with NFL.com. As we now go to, and I'm going to assume, tight ends. This is where it kind of gets interesting for me, because I already know the gimmies, and I'm not even going to hold you all up with that one until we get to this one. Dallas Goedert as they start against the Bucs. No question.
Oh, yeah.
Brian?
None.
No question. Sam Laporte of the Lions against the Falcons. I got no debate.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Brian?
Nah.
No?
No debate.
I don't know. I mean, he'll have low points, but nah.
He's got no debate. Kyle Pitts of the Falcons against the Lions. This is interesting to me.
I have no idea who Kyle Pitts is.
Kyle Pitts just got drafted not too long ago. He's a new tight end for the Falcons.
So he's a rookie this year.
Yes, he's a rookie. Maybe 3rd year.
Oh, 3rd year. Okay.
He's either 2nd or 3rd year. He just got there. He's good. He's going up against the Lions. I don't know what the Lions defense is really looking like. I know their scoring is great. I know the Lions are expected to see the playoffs this year, but as usual, and history has it to where they will not. But Kyle Pitts is a good player. I like this recommendation. The internet is already mad at me for this call. I'm not, but I'm willing to give Kyle Pitts another shot at week 3. He faces the Lions, who've already allowed 175 yards tight ends most of the NFL. Ding. That's despite the fact they faced the Travis Kelce, the Chiefs, and the Seahawks. Facts. Pitts is by far the most talented tight end Detroit will have faced this season. Cool. This is also an indoor game against an offense that should be able to put up points, meaning the Falcons may have no choice but to throw finally. LOL, LMAO, LMFAO. That's hilarious. If Pitts struggles in this one, it will be difficult. It'll be time for a difficult conversation. If Pitts struggles, I think it's because they're going to be covering him.
It could be, yeah.
Him and Drake London are 2 of the new players, and being that a lot of people losing faith in the Falcons, and these 2 are expected to be there for a while, they are highly targeted. That's going to be the only failures they have. They're going to play their position, double coverage. It's not your fault, in my opinion. Just being honest.
Yep.
Just being honest. Hayden Hurst of the Carolina Panthers against the Seahawks. You kind of want to do this because you want to see Hayden Hurst get some numbers.
Yeah.
And
that's exactly what this is.
And you have the red rifle under center, so he's going up. So he knows that he's got Adam Thielen, he's got Hayden Hurst, so he knows he could rely on those 2 guys.
He could rely on them, but I heard the Legion of Boom was back. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong.
We'll just have to see. I roll the dice. I'm starting Hayden Hurst.
I don't blame you.
I'm rolling the dice.
I don't blame you.
Because in week 1, in week 1, they told him to sit him, and he did really well in week 1.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I'd do it. Sit him. Dalton.
Oh, that's a definite yes.
Yes.
Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead, Brian.
Again, offensive line struggles with the Texans, and Stroud is still trying to. Yeah, I mean he's improving, but that offensive line is not helping him out by any means.
For anybody out there who doesn't understand what we're looking at, Dalton shows you to be on the Cowboys. They still got him in a Cowboys jersey, even though he plays for the Texans this season. The man was a beast in Dallas.
Correct.
Yeah, but the overall setup of Houston this year with week 3, they're not. We'll see.
Yeah,
I wouldn't start him.
No. Gerald Everett of the Chargers against the Vikings. Gerald Everett is a good tight end, but he is an older tight end. No disrespect. And I said this before. He's an older tight end. He's one of the legendary tight ends. He's going up against the Vikings. He does not get the ball that much. He does not. But he is one of the long-standing tight ends in the NFL. I cannot give a decent enough argument against this, unfortunately. I can't. And I'm going to leave it at that. Chikozim Okonkwo against the Browns.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
I'm a sit him because Tannehill is just I don't know, man.
Talk to me.
Like week 1, Tannehill was abysmal. Last Sunday, he decided to play football. So I don't know. I don't know. I got him on my bench, but a part of me, I mean, he's still like the starting tight end, but yet no.
You know what's crazy? They actually got him getting some points this week. A couple of leagues that I'm in. He scored his first fantasy points in week 2, but he still has just 4 catches for 35 yards and 6 targets this year. To make matters worse, he has earned a target on just 13% of his routes. Believe in all the talent you want. Believe in the talent all that you want. But Chig has been the 4th option on the team, heavily focused on running the ball. Yeah. Plus, the Browns have been stingy to tight ends, allowing the league low 19 yards to the position and holding Pat Fryermuth up to 2 yards. So the problem is the Browns' defense more than anything. I'm good with that. Matter of fact, I believe that, and I could pretty much endorse that, being how Glick and I talked about the Browns so much, the talent roster, the team, the expectations, all that. I cannot debate this. I can't.
And Melanie, I have no idea at times also, okay? So you're not alone.
Yeah, no idea what you're talking about. I know, Melanie, you had to go back and listen and do a couple of, it's a mess. I know, but thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you. We're good to see you, Melanie.
Tyler Higbee of the Rams, sit him against the Bengals. That's going to be a numbers game. He'll be on the field.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be getting a whole lot of numbers.
I think he won't be useful on the field, but however though when they're in the red zone, he'll be very, very, very well used. Because think about it, you need a big body tight end when you're in the red zone.
Well, he's never.
Yeah.
He's one of the tight ends you grab when the others get hurt. No disrespect to him, and all jokes aside, he's one of the tight ends you grab when the others get hurt. So I see where they're coming from on this. Ladies and gentlemen, week 3 tight end recommendation in the corners for NFL.com for 2023 season. Whew. What we got next? We've done those. Let's go with the defenses. This ought to be interesting. Start the Kansas City defense against the Bears. Any questions?
Yeah.
I'd start him. Hell yeah.
That means no questions. Appreciate it. Start the Jacksonville Jaguars defense against the Texans. I got that debate. That's a given. That's a given to me. Brian?
Yeah, I started him. I mean that Texans offensive line.
Plain and simple. Start the Patriots defense against the Jets. You kind of have to. You kind of have to.
Yeah.
Because the Patriots have had the Jets number for the past decade.
Oh yeah, but there's always that time. Maybe like I said, I'm picking the Patriots to win, but I'm hoping the Jets just shred the Patriots.
Here's what's crazy. Even if the Jets win, the Patriots will get numbers.
Oh yeah. That's true. That's a very good point. You're right, Tony. It's true.
The Patriots will get numbers playing against the Jets. Patriots defense will get numbers. We know, Melanie. You've been watching for the past 2 years. That's why I'm grateful.
Thank you, Melanie.
You really have. The Buffalo Bills defense against the Commanders.
Oh, definitely.
Debate.
It's a no-brainer right there.
Zero debate. Ted's got to dip out, but his contribution to the broadcast, even though he's off screen, he needs Minnesota to lose so that the Kirk Cousins could go to the Jets. Rumors will boil over. Gotcha, Ted. I'll take you down a second. Start the Seattle Seahawks defense against the Carolina Panthers. I see no debate on that one.
No, they're at home, and the defense is always tough at home.
Zero debate. Sit the Atlanta Falcons defense against the Detroit Lions. I almost wouldn't, and I'm going to tell you why. Detroit Lions don't just run the ball, they also throw the ball.
Yeah, that's
Atlanta
true.
Falcons, I would start the Atlanta Falcons defense, being that they're 2-0, and in hopes of them coming up out of the doldrums of Rumorville. I think I'm going to start them.
Right.
That's just me. Brian, Rich, what you think?
I don't know. Atlanta, from what I've seen, I think they got a pretty good secondary. So if it's a throwing game, I don't know what their offensive line is, if it's a good offensive line or not. So I don't know. It's sort of a 50-50 for me. If that's the only defense I have, I'm going to start them. But if I have a better defense, I'd probably go with that. I mean, if I had the Chargers like the next selection, I'd probably start the Chargers. I'm looking at that one. That again, Chargers are 0-2, and their defense, they got to step up.
Right.
Roll the dice.
Go ahead, Brian.
Roll the dice.
Yeah, roll the dice. I would start the Falcons defense against the Lions because you're probably gonna get. I would expect at least 20 points if I was to start them. So if you don't expect 20 points, don't start them. Me personally, you put the Falcons against the Lions, I could see 20 points in my defense at least. Seriously, I could. Chargers defense against the Vikings. Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
You would sit the Chargers? Okay.
I would start the Chargers.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was looking at. That it's like, wow.
They recommend sit them, but I would start the Chargers defense against the Vikings. I would. I personally would. I think you're going to see numbers. The Vikings have good games, but we also know they'll have mishaps every now and then.
Yeah.
As with any team, I kind of see numbers if I start the defense. Now, they may not be the highest scoring defense, but you want to catch that sleeper team.
Right.
I think the Chargers defense would be a good sleeper defense if they're not one of the higher rated ones.
They got to get some wins, though. They got to get some wins.
You do.
Disappointment there, 0-2. But then again, Mike Vikings are 0-2 too, so no disappointment.
Start the Steelers defense against the Raiders. I almost wouldn't. I think the Raiders would get more points over their defense than the Steelers would. But, gentlemen, your thoughts.
Go ahead, Brian.
I'm starting Pittsburgh.
You'd start Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they looked pretty good last week there, but then Las
over
Vegas,
Cleveland.
Yeah, over Cleveland. There we go with the Cleveland. I would start them, Pittsburgh. I mean, after first week, they looked like crap, but last week they looked pretty good, so I'd start them. Las Vegas, they're another team there, but I would start Pittsburgh.
Y'all are better men than me. I would start the Raiders defense over Steelers before I start Steelers defense.
Well, if that was, yeah.
That's just me. Now, here's the crazy part. This is where I would tell you they're kind of right. You start the Steelers defense over the Raiders because the Raiders will throw the ball more than the Steelers will. That's why. I can see that part. And that's just my interpretation on your side. Where we at? We at sit-ups, yeah. Sit the Bengals defense against the Rams because the Rams will not throw the ball as much as the Bengals will, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But them short passes can be stopped. Once again, I refer to that Super Bowl. You couldn't throw the ball for real against the Bengals. The short pass helped the Rams win. I think the Bengals would expect that in this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gentlemen, your thoughts.
No, I agree. Cincinnati, I'd sit them. They don't have much there unless they get it going after today and stuff like that. I don't have any I wouldn't have any confidence in, as much as they were talking about it, the money they gave Burrows, and then lost. I got a newfound respect for the Rams. I thought they were going to be tanked this beginning of the seasons, but they're 1-1. But I just constantly hear about the Rams with it being a young team. And they have a lot of potential. Where Cincinnati, again, this is a worse start, I think, than last year's as far as the way they look. But Bengals were able to bounce back. So, again, it's only week 3. There's still a lot of football to go. But I would sit the Bengals.
Gotcha. Let's roll with it. Those are defenses, week 3, 2023 season, and of course, NFL.com. I normally would go to the kickers, but by now I think we kind of know which kickers we would go with for the teams based on what we broke down on the defenses. So, gentlemen, any additions to this that you would like to add? Go for it.
No, I'm good.
No, all the kickers could do it. I mean, the only one that's iffy is Kyrie Fairbairn and the Texans.
Gotcha. Anybody in the chat want to recommend any kickers? Bathurst, I know you may still be lingering around. Nancy might be gone. Cam might be gone. Roger might be gone. Who's this? Who is this? There we go. Last week's numbers. Or
I just wanted to bring up last week's numbers as far as that goes.
Rich, go for it.
This is the win-losses picks. Brian is going to be out of the red when he give me his last week's picks and stuff. But he was on. CBS was still came in 8-8. Ted came in once we got his picks at 9-7, tied with Tim Fan 40, and then Tony came in second, 10-6, and then myself 13. I'm looking at my number. How did I pick that many for last week was a good week for me. The overall, this is our overall as far as that goes. I'm still in first, but he's right nipping at my heels and stuff, and he might take over this week. Tim is tied with CBS along with Ted, and Brian's bringing up the rear. I'll go down a couple of notches. Brian, you got to get going this week. So we'll see what happens. This is fun. I'm having fun doing this, and I appreciate you, Tony, for having me present this and stuff like that. This is I like toying around with numbers as far as that goes. So thank you very much, and we'll keep it updated. No voice, Tony. I'm not hearing your voice. Your audio went.
I'm sorry. Appreciate it. Matt Bathurst, I just sent you the link. I think you're watching through Ted's YouTube. It was on mine and my Twitch. So if you'd like to come up, I'll give you a minute. Not a problem.
A minute for Michael?
Yeah. I ain't come up for 45 minutes ago. I told him, like, get up here.
You need to get up here. Jeez,
yeah. While Brian's over there periscoping us to death.
Since everybody wants Periscope.
Oh my goodness. I tried to refresh the chat and I just lost everybody in the chat. So thank you to all who were here. I normally give everybody's names out, but I actually shout you out when you pop up. So you know you haven't been forgotten, and I am grateful for you being here. What we got? Kickers. Let me look at these kickers while we're waiting on Bad first. Let me see if I can find them. Fantasy waiver wire, top 15 targets, starting sit-ons. I don't see them recommending any kickers. Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't want to know what kicker to use, whatever
Justin Tucker.
Yeah, whatever defense is recommended, you kind of want to go with that kicker on that team. I would tell you that off the rip. I really would. And we're waiting on Bathurst to get up here if he's able to. Let me see what else we got.
What else you got? Let's see. As far as on the CBS picks,
go for it.
Well, the headline on I usually for those people watching on the replay, as far as that goes, I follow this guy Pete Presco over there on CBS Sports. He's a senior CBS sports writer, and his headline is Presco Week 3 NFL picks. Patriots nightmare continues. So that's telling me they're going to lose to the Jets. Even though I picked the Jets, I'm tempted to, but I'm going to stick with the pick. And then Eagles hold off 2-0 Bucks. So even though they're banged up as far as that goes, but I don't really see on all his picks anything unusual compared to what we've all picked and stuff. So, but just that Tony does the NFL .com side, and I like CBS. This guy Presco, I've used him last year, and I started looking at his. Not to give him a shout out or anything like that, but he's got some good insights and stuff like that. I'm surprised he's only his picks are the CBS picks. When I say so, those are his picks. So he's 50%. So we're, Tony, we're doing better than the guy that's getting paid for doing this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we were getting paid for this.
But we've had some good the first 2 weeks. I think this week of football is going to then we get into the meat of it week 4, 5, and 6 as far as that goes. They start setting up for we start setting up for the playoffs and stuff like that.
Hold on 1 second. Let me get this. Because I almost sent in the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, that's the right link, Mike. I'm gonna lay everybody out. I can't wait.
Hey Tony, what does that mean in the chat? Michael's comments there. He has paired, and it's purple.
That means he's watching for somebody, one of your channels. So
is
he? Yeah. So when it says
okay.
paired,
Well, I don't. He's coming from. He's probably watching Ted's then.
Yeah, he's coming off of Ted's channel.
Okay, because okay, so he's paired. Okay, that's cool. Okay, that's interesting.
That's what I have to learn that too.
The backstage thing and stuff like that. Yeah, I just checked my. I've got you on my Twitter here, and I just checked the Twitter or the X, and it looks pretty good. So this is pretty good. So I'm getting some extra time on the Twitch count there for broadcasting today.
Like I said.
Yeah, I know. I see them all.
Like I said.
I guess if I come into a broadcast and it's halfway through, I don't know. I feel a little weird doing that, but seeing that we did it at the beginning, and that the thing is on the Twitch side, the title did change, but I had to change my category because I still had it on the fantasy or the Lord of the Rings gaming that I did yesterday. So that's just an easy edit there on the page over here. So it looks pretty good. It's pretty. I'm learning from you, sir.
We teach each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's good. So I'm looking forward to the week's football here today, and
we got some time. Everybody check your rosters, please. There he is. It's about damn.
Oh my God! Take a snapshot.
Damn time. Jeez.
We're back in time. We're back in time.
Oh my God! 2 years ago, since the last time I was on a broadcast with you, oh my God!
There you go. There you go. It's a good time.
Let me explain something to everybody up in here. Everybody pause 1 damn minute. No, I'm putting my foot down. This is my show.
How grateful are
Brian,
you?
put the camera on.
I have been trying to get this joker to come on a broadcast since Haps went down last year, May 5th. And he wants to do it this way. He wants to do it that way. And I always enjoyed every time we was up there. We always had fun. He makes it so damn difficult to do things on anybody else's schedule but his. Bathurst, I'm glad you're here. Go for yours.
I'm so glad I'm here too.
Go for yours.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Rich,
Okay.
There you go. A little starstruck today. This is good. All right. How's Texas treating you? That's what I got to say. And what's with all the hating of, the Dallas here, brother?
Interstate rivalry.
Okay.
Oh,
you said they were a joke.
No, I say it's rarely that I root for him, but it's an interstate rivalry. That's all.
This was a couple weeks ago. We were talking about this, and you said they were a joke, and I said I have a good feeling this year.
Yeah.
I also said I thought all of the quarterbacks, the top 10, were going to get injured early in the season. I did not know it was Aaron Rodgers, though. Shit, that was sucked.
Well, when you least expect it, it's going to happen. That's pretty dramatic the way it did happen.
I didn't see Aaron Rodgers getting hurt this early either. I'm not going to lie. Melanie says hello, Bathurst.
I see that. I'm sending you love.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
sending you love. There you go.
If you'd
do you
seen
need more? You need more? Okay.
If you'd have seen the chat between Ted, Tony, and JoJo when Aaron Rodgers went down, too many expletives.
Bathurst, you've been doing your fantasy broadcast or your football predictions. Anything you want to add to the conversation? Go for it, man.
Well, I notice you're all haters of Baker Mayfield. I noticed that.
When?
No, the team. No, 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 no.
All these naysayers calling him a bum and all this other stuff.
I never.
When?
You're the
For
first.
ye,
You brought
What?
your
Yes.
name up the first
I
time.
brought that up a couple of weeks. See, I'm going to tape
Oh,
your
that's a couple
asses.
weeks ago. Okay.
I'm gonna tape your asses and then put them back up and go. That wasn't me, man. That was the alcohol. I had a bad night, man.
I'm glad to see he's doing good down there with the Bucks because you know, I was half expecting him to see him
didn't know
up
what
there
to
your
expect,
way in
I
the
agree.
Canadian Football League.
We did not know what to expect from him down there. I agree with that. We did not know.
I'm still alive. My hair's grayer than ever. Look at that.
No, you look the same.
Oh, you see? Look, checks in the mail. I love you too.
He damn sure sounds the same.
Do I?
You damn sure sound the same.
You still
Yeah.
sound like Barry White. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I can't help it.
Papa's
can't
in the
help
house. Yeah.
So everything you've been covering with the NFL Bathurst,
Mm-hmm.
what you got for today? What you got for this week?
I feel really frustrated with the Chargers. Like, technically, they should be winning, but they don't know how to win. They seem to know how to lose. But on paper, they're an incredible team.
Yes.
I think people are underrating the Dolphins. I think they think they're not that great, and I think they're going to do phenomenal this year. I don't want to be an asswipe, but I think it's going to take a miracle to repeat what happened last year.
Super Bowl wise?
Yes. I don't.
That's
I
fair.
feel like there's a huge shift,
That's fair.
and it's not the same. And 90% of this is chemistry. But what Ted said here in his ultimate wisdom, it's the beginning, Michael. There's like 15 weeks to go, isn't there? Is there 15 still left?
Yeah, there's still a long way to go. The season's
Yeah.
a little awkward, a little crazy, but a few things are happening to mess things up and to shake things up. I'm noticing that more than anything. Nobody saw Aaron Rodgers going down like that.
No, that's.
I don't think anybody. We damn sure did not expect to see Kelsey hyperextend his knee before the first game of the damn season 2 days prior.
Yeah, but he's old. He's old, man.
He's got
Come
years
on.
in. He's got years, and I agree with
Listen,
you.
he's been chasing women for years. This is what happens.
He's with Taylor Swift
No,
now.
I know. Isn't that awesome? Is that real?
That's kind of
Is that real? I don't know. I hope so.
I'm-
I hope they have at
I
least
don't
one
know.
baby.
That's
One baby.
kind of a fair point.
Just one. I'm not greedy. Just one. Hopefully, it doesn't sing like him. We're good.
Yeah.
So I do want to address one thing, if it's okay.
Go.
And is no one ever talks about how difficult it is to get in the NFL and how incredibly gifted even the third stringers are now. Like, this is a totally different game than when I was watching as a kid. You've got superior athletes out there now. Finally, this is why they're blowing their goddamn hamstrings out, because they've got to go at 90% right away. The other guys used to drink beer, chase women, eat steaks. Some of them had bellies.
Yeah, they did. The older guys did. You're right about that.
Yeah,
It's
back
not
in
the
90s.
same now. It's super elite athletes who make.
Do you think, Michael, that it might be because a lot of these starters that are getting injured and stuff, they hardly played any of the preseason.
Yeah,
Very
stupid.
little.
It's stupid. But
Yeah.
I get it. If you're paying somebody $48 million,
It's an
I think
investment.
the guy's name's Deshaun something. There was a guy I know. I think his name Tony Delightful D said that it was going to be a big year for Deshaun. Didn't show up.
Yeah, I said that. I expected a big year out of him. Yes, I did.
I did too.
I expect a huge year out of him. We're only on week 3.
I think the Browns also expect that.
The Browns have high expectations against them right now. They got to do what they got to do, or they're going to be a bust.
How about Brock Purdy? He's making less than the broadcasters.
If the Eagles don't go, the 49ers are going. That's
Run
how
that again?
At this point, yeah, unless
That's
something
how it
drastically change. Yeah.
If the Eagles don't go, the 49ers are going to the Super Bowl as of right now. NFC. They are the number 2 team in the NFC right now to me.
And I think last year you could have said that. Then when they came down to the playoffs, the San
They had
Francisco
injuries.
folded.
Does anybody? Okay, I'm gonna throw a stone here.
Let's go.
If Jalen Hurts did not fumble would they have won?
Against the 49ers?
Yes.
Probably not. But the 49ers didn't stand a chance without their quarterbacks.
No, I'm talking about the Chiefs. Sorry, the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl? Probably not. Yes, you're right. I had problems with that Super Bowl ended.
That was so close. People keep thinking it wasn't. Like, and Jalen Hurts does not look the same this year.
He's probably been more banged up. No disrespect.
How is he banged up?
Taking hits during playing the games. He's a couple seasons in now. He's not a rookie anymore.
I want to hear from Texas. Hello,
Hey.
Earth calling Texas. I want an opinion.
Just guys want to make a name for themselves, man. I don't know.
Jesus, Brian, if you don't contribute to the damn conversation, stop sitting here again.
Now, are you talking about the people in the broadcast, or are you talking about the people on the field? I'm just curious.
People in the field.
I don't like how the Super
My
Bowl.
apologies.
I actually talked about that Super Bowl as soon as it was over. I did a broadcast. I almost wanted to take it down, but I was laughing at myself because I actually went off. It made no damn sense. I was like, no, hell no.
So, Rich, do you have a brand new router or new internet or new bandwidth? Like you look like I could reach out and touch you. You're so clear.
No, Michael, I got a new computer. It's part of my birthday retirement. Well, I'm retired.
See,
now.
there you go. That's what it is.
It's I've got my. I know over back in the half stage, is your Wi-Fi or your internet. I live in a rural area and I still have some problems with it, but overall, I'm rocking with this. I've got a new Acer Nitro.
Hey, Sadie.
Desktop, which is maxed out and stuff like that. So a little on the pricey side, but the missus gave me the okay. And
you owe it to the people, man. We need to see you.
I'm just glad to see you out being on your YouTubes because I was watching your picks for yesterday, and I got a sort of a side note on all our picks, to see if. But I think you're doing I like the you being on the YouTube and stuff like that, and it's just great seeing you here and stuff like that because this is a real rare treat when we get people that were all from the previous platform and people in the chat and here and stuff like that. It shows that we are sticking together as a community. We do have a community.
I love that. He won't mention the once defunct mother effers.
Mother. Oh, on the previous. Well, I've always said, and I've said it here with Tony and stuff. The one time I blew up on your broadcast, an individual that was mentioned at the beginning. I put that all. The big takeaway is meeting you, Brian, Tony, Ted, and all the other people from that that's the biggest takeaway, and I cherish that as far as that goes. The other stuff, leave it behind. There's people I don't even want to, because they haven't, from what I heard from Tony keeps you posted, they haven't changed. So I'm not even going to waste my time. I'm retired now. I don't need to mess around. Where you're a very positive entity and stuff. I look forward to your YouTubes and stuff. You see the hashtag replay. That's something Ted started, Tony started. And I'm doing, that's to let you know, hey, we watched the broadcast and stuff like that. And
we got leggy lady here.
Helen.
Yes, it is. Another groundbreaking episode of the Belt Kings Fantasy Football League.
I know.
Sending Helen love. There we go.
Yeah, since I haven't seen Michael in a long time, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and make me the biggest, greasiest cheeseburger ever in Michael's honor.
Yes. I think one of my few regrets I have about Haps is there was a gentleman from Texas named Brian, and I always tried to get closer to him, but he would push me away. And every time I felt like we were close to, having kind of a bro romance, it just didn't happen. Where Tony and I were, every other week being in divorce court, but we'd always find a way to rekindle it.
Jason, come here real quick. No, come here.
I don't push you away, Rich. I always I mean, I don't push away Mike. I mean, I always embrace you.
I'm going to do this real quick. This has to be
Okay.
done. This has to
Yeah.
be done.
I always embrace you, Mike.
Yes.
Come say hi.
Hey, buddy. How's the Spider-Man?
Hang on. Remember silver hair guy?
That look.
The facial. Oh my God.
Remember silver hair guy?
I like that. He looked like they let him out of the cuckoo bin.
He always tried to make a scene in the background, and then when he gets up here, he wants to act all shy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, what you beat me up for?
We're
Okay,
glad
thank
to
you,
see you, buddy. We're glad to see you. Good
Say
job.
See ya, Batman.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Ugh, this
We
joke
got
really-
him to sing Batman, didn't we? Or Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. That's
Spider-Man.
right.
That was funny. That was 2 years ago.
So, Rich, can we promote your show for a moment? I don't know whose show this is right now, but
No, this is Bell Kings Fantasy Football. This is Tony's broadcast.
okay. Well, Tony, if it's okay with you, I want the world to know about Rich in the morning. I
There's
want
enough
people.
to know about
Now
me,
that he's in
I don't
high
need any
def,
more people, Michael.
I think now that he's in high def, we need to, especially the women of the world, we owe it to them, especially the older ladies. Did you know that there is a Golden Bachelor now? Did you know that, Tony D? Golden Bachelor. I think we should submit Rich right here. Sorry, Rich.
No, I'm not a bachelor. I'm happily married. 37 years next month. Yeah, Michael Bathurst. That's the missus in the background.
So I said hello, Rich.
She's going with me. I got 37 years, and I'm not
Yeah,
trading it for
I'm
nothing.
just tell her I was just testing you.
No,
Just to see.
Don't
I'm just
test-
testing.
don't
Michael's
don't
just
test
testing.
him. Don't test him. Don't test him.
Just testing.
Don't test him, please. Don't test him.
I'm not here.
she's doing
Now there's a soundbite if I ever heard one.
We miss her in the background. I wish she would come in the background with the sports. If she ever watches football, I could hear her in the background. That would be hilarious.
she's either taking in the nap or something like that, but she's doing a self she's doing some workout in the kitchen there and stuff like that. Yeah, there we go. You heard it. Okay, I don't have to say. I'm not saying anything more.
So I'm going to bring up something. It's called energy, right? Energy frequency. I talk about this all the time. When we get together, this group here, we heighten the vibration. We bring other individuals into the room, and we stir the pot. Even though the love affair between Texas and me is not the same, I'm okay. You can always dream.
I love you, Mike. It's good.
What?
Do you know what I loved about Rich's show the most was his quotes in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, I still do them. I posted over there on X, and that's
Yeah.
part of the broadcast. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and stuff like that. I love the broadcasting, and then keeping in contact and stuff like that. It's just and like I said, you've been missed, Michael, as far as coming up here, as far as it's I just have to actually admit right straightforward to you, it's great seeing you back up on the broadcasting and stuff like that. Just like we all, we got other things we're doing now, seeing that we're not restricted to where we have to be at and stuff like that during the COVID years and stuff. But it's hard to find, and people say, "Oh, you're retired, you can broadcast more." No, I'm just as busy now than, and I'm doing stuff, where I don't have to, like I said, I always say I wouldn't have a pot to piss in if it wasn't for the missus and stuff. And what drinking away. And I'd probably buried.
I like that.
1,600.
That T-shirt is available on Rich's site.
So this is a real treat as far as an extra bonus with you being up here and stuff like that, because it's been like over 2 years since I've been on a broadcast with you, sir.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? But you know
Oh,
what?
very long time.
All great friendships, when they rekindle or get back together, it's like getting back on the track. It's instantaneous if you have good chemistry amongst. And I have that with a lot of my friends. I have, and you guys know me pretty well. I'll leave the planet for a while, then I come back. I leave the planet for a while. It's almost like I replenish the well. Where Tony, he stays in the trenches and fights.
Absolutely. I'm just sitting. I'm just not seeing your Facebook comments. They weren't coming up. I didn't realize that. So my apologies to you.
Helen goes, Rich's wife is like the fifth Beatle. She's
Yes,
part of the band.
part of the band.
You
Absolutely.
hear Helen's comment?
No,
She says you're the fifth Beatle. You're part of the band.
fifth Beatle.
It's like that.
Do you know who do you guys know who the fifth Beatle was? There was one.
Pete Best.
Nope.
Oh, was it? Oh, who was
Billy
it?
Preston.
Oh,
Billy Preston.
right. Okay.
He was the keyboardist, but because he was
Billy
of
Preston.
Billy Preston.
I did
was
not
of-
know that.
Yeah, he did all
Neither
of
did
the
I.
keyboard stuff on all the albums that they were on their back
I forgot about
singing
that. Yeah.
because they were so high. We're talking mostly about John Lennon, but yeah.
You ain't changed a bit.
He also did session work with the Rolling Stones as well.
You ain't changed a bit.
No, Michael knows his music.
Yeah, he knows the music. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Are
Gentlemen,
you
I'm
mad?
really
Are you
good.
mad because we're going all over the place here?
Oh,
I'm
no,
sorry
I'm
about
fine.
Oh,
Okay.
This is bonus footage.
It is.
Bonus.
It is.
Yes.
Sorry,
We
Brian.
got 45 minutes before the game starts. So anything anybody want to add, the floor is open. Here we go. I knew this was coming.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, I like that. I like what Helen said.
There we go. There's an
You
unknown.
know she'll go toe to toe with the music, right? You know.
Oh
she,
yeah, Helen. She knows music
You know
too.
she will go toe to toe with the music.
Well, we're both right, though.
You're both right.
We're both right on that one. We are.
Gotcha. I don't know. You know what? I know I heard four. I heard there was a fifth, but I forgot who it was, and it was very vague. So when you said it, something was like, I think I did know something about that, but I wasn't the biggest Beatles fan anyway, so I'm not going to act like I knew. There's no way. Plus, they're way before my time.
Really?
Well, not that much.
Really?
Not that
Okay.
much.
Okay.
Before my
I
time.
can still remember their last broadcast, Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody that's in the comments, what's your favorite Beatles song?
She said there were actually 8 Beatles. I'm not doing this. I'm not. I'm not. Because I'm not. My favorite Beatles song?
Yeah, your favorite Beatles song.
Probably Yesterday, John Lennon, but that wasn't a Beatles song. It might have been a solo. I'm not sure.
Okay, that counts if that's what you want. Rich, what's your favorite Beatles song?
There's a whole bunch of them. As far as that goes, but I would say "Here Comes the Sun."
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, but there's still, "Hey Jude," "Let It Be." I mean, it's just like they're all great. I never get tired of them because that was part of the soundtrack to my life when I went in the Air Force. Was listening to Beatles. I mean,
How about you, Brian?
Get Back, LSD,
Uh-huh.
Yellow Submarine.
Yeah.
I knew somebody was going to say Yellow Submarine. I knew that. I knew somebody was.
Oh, that album cover! You can't beat that album. The art on the album cover.
And then it was just my brain.
Your brain?
Insane
in the membrane. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, it was like Get Back, Yellow Submarine, LSD,
LSD. This one.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Yes.
And then my brain. But there's like 3 more. But
Melanie's throwing up a song there for you, Brian. Help.
I need somebody.
Somebody help.
Yeah. Do you know what mine was? Happiness is a Warm Gun. It's an actual song. Now, I've been trying to figure out what the meaning is for years. And Tony and I were thinking about doing a show on it. What do you think, Tony?
I'm still waiting on you.
Okay. Oh, your son laughed in the back. We better be careful.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm trying to
I had an
this.
argument with someone on HAP saying that was the song, and they didn't believe me. Then they looked it up.
Which one?
Happiness is a Warm Gun.
Sheepers Creepers.
It's an actual song by the Beatles.
Yeah.
It's not a hit. No. Eleanor Rigby we should put in there too. Filth. Kinky. Yeah.
Oh, with a little help from my friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what, though? I always think that's Joe Cocker in my head because he kind of stole it.
Really?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He kind of stole it.
I mean, Eleanor Rigby is a good song too.
It is. It is.
And then when I used to work at Blockbuster Video, one of the guys, he's from Russia. He would
Mhm.
always sing the song "Ticket to Ride."
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Tony, I want to just go off topic for a second. I
Go
heard
for it.
for the first time yesterday because I bought this rap compilation. I better be careful. A group called 112 Peaches and Cream. Do you know that song by any
I know
chance?
the original song. Yes.
Yeah, it's a good one.
You've never heard that song before?
No, first time ever. And guess who I thought of? Tony D yesterday. I thought, I bet Tony knows this song. I bet he can sing it.
I could.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Who produced that?
That is 112. 112 was produced by Diddy.
That is Diddy, isn't it?
It's Diddy.
Because he
They're out
does
of
a little
Atlanta.
rap
They're out
in
of
it.
Atlanta, but Diddy produced them. I actually think he stole them from up under Jermaine Dupri. I'm not sure, but that's definitely a Diddy group.
Well, the sad thing is, I always thought, why didn't we do this on karaoke?
Who, me?
Yeah,
You got to do 4 different parts. There's 4 different dudes singing on this.
I
song.
know. I could see me doing one part. You could do that really high part at the beginning, where it sounds like things are in a vice. No,
I played that song before, and I'm not.
no. Okay.
I actually missed a bunch of comments over here. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not dealing with y'all over here right now. But I played that song a couple times. I think I may have played only twice. That is
Listen, look, we got the comments going now.
yes.
Yeah, there we go.
3 songs by 112 are favorites of mine.
Yeah.
That might have been the 3rd favorite of mine because I actually like Dance With Me. I like Cupid, Dance With Me, and then Peaches and Cream. Those are my favorites by 112.
Yeah.
And I know I've only played them once a piece probably. But they're a good group. They're all baritone. Their volume's kind of low in the vocals compared to the music. 2 of them did go solo.
Do you want to rifle through the picks for today? Like, just do it quick and then end it?
We did, but this is what
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Ted mad at me that he wasn't able to broadcast on location. I didn't want to hear it. So right now he's on location. We got Ted on location. We got Bathurst in here. This is another epic broadcast. Ted,
The great Michael Bathurst is back in the building.
Thank you so much, sir.
How you been?
Good. Are you doing like some barbecue, in a parking lot somewhere? Like, what's going on here?
So since this is Belt Kings Fantasy Football, I usually am on site every week or every other week to watch a youth football game.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Well,
Yep. And I'm
Yeah.
just walking up right now, and then it's a mess out here. I don't know how long this game is gonna take place, but it's messy.
it sounds like he's having fun. So, what is your favorite game this week, Ted?
Favorite game this week?
Yeah, favorite game.
the-
Which one? Go ahead.
I think Chargers Vikings. Chargers playing the Vikings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. And they're both 0.
Yeah.
0 wins. Wow.
The reason why it's my favorite game, we're 1 week closer. If the Vikings don't win, we're 1 week closer to Minnesota and the Jets putting forth a trade, and Kirk Cousins will be with the Jets this year as the primary quarterback, so that Aaron Rodgers doesn't have to do anything crazy in trying to come back this season.
Do you honestly think that could happen?
He's talking really crazy. I don't know if you guys watch his interviews or not, but
Oh, that's coming from Cousins himself there, Ted?
no. That's coming from Rodgers.
Oh, Roger. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Rodgers
Well,
is like, he's doing some homeopathic medicine,
yeah.
and he's like, hey, don't count me out for this season.
Yeah.
And I don't see how that's possible.
Okay, I was more excited about the Kirk Cousins because that would work.
That would work perfectly.
That would work. That would honestly be a good fit.
We agreed on. We agree with that. We had a conversation with Tesha. We agree with that.
Okay.
Kirk
Well,
Cousins
this
to
is
the
what
Jets
happens
would-
when you get late to the party. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so hopefully you come on here a few times this season.
Only if I'm welcome. I tend to go in
Always
different
welcome.
directions.
You're always
Oh,
welcome.
come on, you're always welcome. Stop it.
I got to go through this every week with a bunch of y'all. This is ridiculous.
I was telling Tony off air in pre-pro that he was trying to freeze me out of his broadcast. And we had a really, really good laugh about it.
You see what I got to go through?
This-
You see what I got to go through?
I love the dedication. Are you there for your son? Or are you just there?
I'm here for the kids.
Okay.
Hang on. I'm here for the kids, and for this broadcast, I'm usually here for my nephews.
Okay.
My son plays high school football, and unfortunately, last week he injured himself. He tore his MCL.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
good at all.
Yeah, so we did the MRI, and he's looking at the next 4 weeks he's going to be out, and the season is only 8 games, and they're 2-1. So I basically told him, I'm like, listen, guy, I think you're done for this season. But that's the deal. It's all these years he played youth football, never ever had an injury, and I would tell parents that it's ultra important when your youth is out there playing some type of team sport to not just drop your son or your daughter off. Be there with them, because there could be that situation like last week when he was carted off the field.
My heart breaks when I hear stuff like that. And, the injuries, to hear injuries with young men,
Yep.
it's, yeah. It's one thing if you're getting paid millions.
Yeah.
Right? If you're getting paid millions a year. But even then, it's a short window for a lot of those athletes. You guys, I think I heard you guys talking earlier about running backs.
Yes.
And running backs have a shelf life of about 3 years.
Yep.
3 years.
Yep.
They may be able to play for 5, and they're just.
I was about to say 5. I was just about to say 5 years.
Yeah, but they're completely stellar the first year.
Yes.
Like you're looking at Bijan this year, and oh my God, he's cutting like Barry Sanders.
Bijan Robinson might be the future. I got Najee Harris as the future running backs, in my opinion. But Bijan Robinson's looking good. You're correct.
He's smart. No, he's smart. He's
Tony.
Go ahead.
Tony, for you, if you could pull it up, Henry for the Titans, pull up his usage from high school. You'll cringe when you see the amount of times, the amount of touches he had during high school, not pro, not college, high school. He was touching the ball 400 times.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But you wonder why these guys have mush for brains.
Yes.
You can't have repeat concussions. It's severe. Like swelling of the brain is dangerous. Period.
Well, here's what's crazy. See, Derrick Henry got hurt that 1 year. They've been kind of cautious with him since. That's why a lot of times the fantasy football would not draft him. He was a beast in college. He got to the Titans. I know he got hurt 1 year and it hurt their whole team. I think the Steelers are doing the same thing with Najee Harris, and I'm guilty of wanting to see him make points, which is going to cost him a lot. So a lot of these players who protecting themselves, I get it. I do get that entirely. Like I said, when Derrick Henry went down for the Titans, they haven't been the same since. I still don't know how he's getting 1,000 yards a season.
Right.
I really don't. And he got his contract money, so he's good money-wise. He's just playing the game. Najee Harris is right behind him. He is the same size and he was the same way as Derrick Henry. I'm expecting him to have a breakout season one year, and I want to have him on my squad when he does.
I'm just still stuck on the fact that it's egregious that the high school coaches were giving Henry the ball that many times.
Yeah, he was that big
You know,
though. To be in high school,
right.
he was huge.
Yeah, he was like
Derrick Henry is what
an
is
adult
6'2",
size.
6'4"?
Yes. Yes.
So you're gonna wrap this up, guys?
Yeah,
soon, or-
I'm done. If y'all got anything to contribute, go for it.
Yeah,
He's 6'3", 247. So
I'm back.
He's about my size and my weight. Me and him about the same size.
Apologies,
hey,
I was on a
Mike.
call.
You
Yes.
good, man.
Mike, when and where can we catch you?
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen you in a while.
Well, I'll try to get on here when you guys are on. How about that?
Okay.
Now plug your YouTube, Mike.
Plug your YouTube, Mike. That was a
Um,
softball, Mike. That was an alley-oop for you.
Well, I do this kind of football spiritual broadcast where it talks about the trials and tribulations of what pro athletes go through.
He must be on
Yeah.
Parliament because this is the longest filibuster ever. Plug your damn YouTube channel.
And if you like my content and you enjoy watching golden retrievers with a deep voice in the background, out Michael Bathurst for your daily inspiration.
Hashtag that poor tree. That broadcast was hilarious.
So the other day I was at this government meeting doing my job, and I had two individuals come up to me and go, "How's Tia doing?"
Yeah.
That's my dog, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning around the world.
Yeah. So Tia's a bigger star than me now. That's okay. I can live with that.
She's on the camera more than you are. That's your fault.
Well, I'm old and ugly. That's the problem. She's young and beautiful.
Oh,
There you
God.
go. Yeah.
It's like the new version of Walt and Teddy.
You got it.
Oh,
You got
my
it.
goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. I miss Walt. Oh man.
Walt is back on Twitch.
Walt's, yeah, he's back on Twitch. He's been in Australia. He's been on Austria. He's been on vacation here but he is back. I heard somebody come on my broadcast. Walt is back. He just he's doing the walking bit. He's not on a regular schedule, sort of like you, Michael. You popping up and stuff like that, but you're coming back. We're seeing more of you. But Walt, he's been on vacation here for the last month in Austria.
Well, since I came back today, you guys open to doing a little gratitude before we leave?
Sure.
Like the old days?
Thammer, how you doing, Thammer? Welcome aboard. Appreciate you being here, man.
Who wants to do gratitude first?
You.
Okay. I'm always grateful for lifelong connections with solid people around the world, even people who are aloof from Texas. I will continue to pursue these friendships with such vigor and patience. Thank you. Who's next?
I'll go next. As always, I've had the same story. Grateful for the app formerly known as App, because that's where I got to meet all of you fine people, and the fact that even after the application was sunset, we still marched on. So I'm grateful for all of us, the fact that we can get together and support each other on our broadcast and the like.
Brian.
I'm grateful that we're all here talking, reuniting with Mike. Been a while. I love Mike. I love cheeseburgers, and so does Mike.
I love cheeseburgers with bacon. Thank you.
With extra bacon. Yes, I forgot.
Yes.
Rich, go ahead, Rich. Go ahead. Rich.
I'm going to say, because she's right here in the room eating her lunch, and you got a beer there, don't you? Oh, she deserved it. She's been working her butt off here at the last. But I am first and foremost grateful to the missus. As far as I've always said this, I wouldn't have a pot to piss in if it wasn't for her. So
Amen to that.
we're going to get ready. Next month, 37 years.
Wow.
Don't you
Yeah.
ask her? You're supposed to know, man. You can't ask
Yeah,
her.
I know. I got
Supposed to
stuck
know
on
that, man.
35 and 36. 37. But I'm very grateful for that. That's what keeps me going. Being able to come up here with you all, that's gold as far as I'm concerned. That is pure gold as far as just tailing off what Ted said and all. And I'm very grateful for that. And very grateful that we have Michael up here and stuff because he has been missed. I have mentioned him. You know, we know you're busy and all that and stuff like that, but it's good seeing you back up here and actually broadcasting over there on YouTube and stuff like that. I have subscribed. I hear the ding and I see Michael. Whoop, put the headsets on and listen to Michael and see what he has to say and stuff like that. So it's good cross feeds and I really do cherish it.
Thank you. I would love to see Brian there too, but his
always
middle
grateful.
name is Aloof, by the way. Thank
I'm
you.
always grateful for family, friends, and opportunities. Always. Always.
Yes. Yeah. How about 112 Peaches and Cream? Are you grateful for that?
It's a good song.
It's a good song. Anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, look it up and get ready. There you go.
Get ready.
Any last words, Tony or Ted?
You tell me. You came in last. We kind of had everything wrapped up, so go for you.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes of game time here, guys.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up. Thank you to everybody in the comments. I know you're all football fans.
Unbelievable. Fireman Rich is on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Fridays with the morning coffee about 5:30 to 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Check him out. Ted Hicks with Late Night Parents. Way to follow the show, latenightparents.com. Follow the real Ted Hicks all over the place. Michael Bathurst. Y'all got to find him. He's got more than inspirations, more than motivations. He goes through his ways. He does NFL predictions on YouTube. Big ups to him. Brian, he's on Snapchat.
Thailander underscore F150.
There you go. You all will see me any and everywhere. I can't make it any simpler than this because normally I got to run down every time I go somewhere. I'm not going to do it tonight. I actually thought about just going ahead and getting the flag today. And since Brian is here, since I got the family here, we're going to go ahead and do this one good time.
Oh, cool.
Do you have a metronome? I do, but I have to warn you. It's cursed. Whatever.
This is Brian's favorite time, y'all. Y'all got to love this. Hey, meet your mic. This is the best part. Brian, this one got me amped. That's for Brian. I'm probably gonna get in trouble, but that's for Brian. He introduced me to that jam, and we rocked out for that for about a month.
Yeah, we do.
We rocked out to that for about a month.
That's Metallica at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enter Sandman.
Yeah, that's what I
He
thought.
knows that song. I don't. He knows that song. I don't.
I know it.
And the games are about to start. We're going to head out. I appreciate you all for
All
being
right.
here. Thank you to everybody in the chat. I will see you all next week. Thank you all again. Thank you all again. Thank you again. And as always, Ted's going to try to pop back up one more damn time. Come on, Ted. Games done started. Let's go.
Thank you to everybody in the comments too. We appreciate you being here. We
Absolutely.
makes it so much more fun having you there. Hope you know that. Thank you.
It's y'all next week, man. We'll talk.